rising, born to shine, born to shine. Grinding, grinding, grinding. Even though I'm down, I made it now. Climbing, climbing, climbing. I am a queen, I hold the crown. Flying, flying, flying. Living my dreams and holding it down. Born to shine. After everything that I've been through, said I could do it again, true. Putting in work each and every day. Now I'm a boss and I'm running things. Ain't come to play, I come to slay. Started from the bottom, now I'm changing the game. I'ma keep rising like a brand new day. And now it's born to shine, shine, born to shine, born to shine, yeah. Oh, it's a bar, it's a bar.
With your boy Old Pressure, man, we rocking out. Happy New Year's to everybody, man. We about to start this
Happy
year
New Year,
off
Happy
right,
New
man.
Year.
Ruff Ryders Radio. First show of the year, the Dembxboyz, man. We live, we lit, you heard?
Hey man, the Dembxboyz, we in the building.
Oh, we live, we lit, we still
We
live.
definitely live and lit, man. Shout out to Point Blank Media for getting the visuals. Make sure you follow the Ruff Ryders Radio YouTube page.
This is Miss Santana, tune in to Ruff Ryders Radio.
This is my song living, I'm an icon living. Niggas can't live the damn life I'm living.
Hey guys, what's going on? You are tuned into BARTV. It's your host right here, Miss Melanie, and I got
Tisha Love.
and we have the amazing Cyncere here, the real Cyncere, because you know some people are trying to act like they sincere, but he's really sincere. Why don't you introduce yourself to them?
What's going on? It's Cyncere, Ruff Ryders Radio own, Mr. PRO. That's what I used to always call that. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. PRO. That I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. But again,
Right.
And it's your boy Cyncere, Ruff Ryders Radio, them Dembxboyz.
Okay, Dembxboyz is his show, and the show is featured on Ruff Ryders Radio. The app is available in iTunes. Make sure you pay some
And Google
homage.
Play.
And Google Play. Pay some homage to the legendary name Ruff Ryders. They still here, they still rough, and they still riding. They ain't going nowhere. So now, I was recently on his show, them Dembxboyz. They have Winner Circle Wednesday. They're definitely taking WCW away from Woman Crush Wednesday, where it just focuses on the appearance of women, and it's now focusing on how women are winning. So I love that concept, and I appreciate it.
It was WCW.
Right.
We had it there. But the WCW wasn't about just looks. It wasn't about, okay, she got a big fat ass, so we're going to bring her on board. It wasn't about that. It was always about what the woman is doing for herself, for the community. So, so that was the twist that we had on it.
Nice.
You understand? So, because I was raised in a house full of women.
Okay.
So I appreciate a woman. You understand? So that gave me the little structure in my life.
Nice.
Super dope.
And he's definitely sincere. I when I came onto the show,
Literally.
literally he's sincere. When I came onto the show, he was very sincere. Everybody there was very welcoming, warm, and relatable. You know, so it was a nice platform. They do up and coming artists. Make sure you check them out
Yes.
and reach out to them. But that's not what we're here for. Personally, at BARTV, we like to cover brilliant and resilient people. And I heard along the grapevine that he has been through some things that brought him to where he is right now today. So I'm just going to challenge you here to share openly, if you can share 3 stories that you could say molded you that were challenging to overcome.
Oh, wow. Life itself. I got to say life itself. You know, you deal with a lot of things in life, and people, you got people out there that they act tough. You know, they act tough and all of that stuff because they have personal problems that they're dealing with, and they just, they don't want to show people that they have emotions, they suffering or whatever the case may be. And, I was raised where they told me, you already got a crown on your head. You're a king all in itself. You understand? So don't worry about what they're doing over there or what she or he doing. Don't
Your
worry
family
about that.
raised you that way.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So you know, that to me, I took that and I valued that very much because and that's what keeps me, I guess, you know, just moving forward because I don't care about what he say, she say. I just push forward. You know what I mean? So
They
that's
spoke
one of the
life
things.
into you. That's
oh yeah,
winning.
definitely early they did that.
Nice.
You know?
Now, who are you? Who are you
Well,
for the viewers that don't know?
For the people who don't know, I'm just a Bronx kid out here winning, you know, because I look at my life and I see that I'm in different places. Every day I'm in a different place, you know, physically and mentally, you know, because I can be right here. We in Harlem right now. Tomorrow I'm in Cali. But just because I'm in Cali don't mean I'm out there. You know what I mean? Mentally, I'm still
right here.
I'm still in home base, you know what I'm saying, in the Bronx. So it's just basically a mindset.
All right.
When you have so the radio show Ruff Ryder is not Ruff Ryder Radio Show. It's the Dembxboyz on the Ruff Ryder platform. But you are also a part.
Yeah, I'm board director. I'm the board director of Ruff Ryder Radio.
Of Ruff Ryder Radio.
Yes.
Okay. So you're on the
That's
radio
my thing.
side.
It's pretty much, you know, I've been compared to like when you talk about titles and stuff, they be like, "Yo, Cyncere, you're like the Ebro of Ruff Ryder Radio." You know what I'm saying?
So programming director.
Yeah, program director and all of that stuff. So again, I work with a fashion team. They're out there doing what they're doing, working and you know, pushing the culture forward because radio itself don't play the good music that we grew up with.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
We respect the new sound. You know, we respect the new sound. We love it and all of that stuff. But at the same time, we can't lose that foundation that built today's music.
Exactly.
So that's what we're trying to do. And with Ruff Ryder Radio, we are able to do that. So I have my own show with my family, them Dembxboyz. I'm just 1/3 of it. But you got O Pressure, you got Zoe, and of course my assistant Melissa, who's a part of the team.
Okay.
You know, so, and also, you know, I got, it's just a little family, and pardon me for missing out names, because if my brother O Pressure was here, he'd be like, "Damn, this nigga bad with names, man." You know what I mean?
So
But
don't worry about it. He
yeah,
doesn't mean
definitely.
any harm.
Oh, they know me. They know. So they, you know what I mean?
What made you start the Dembxboyz?
It was just a name that was like, yo, them Dembxboyz is like everywhere we went. Like when we used to go into a party and we used to come out with the bikes, a bunch of charity events that we did and all of that stuff. So everybody like, yo, them Dembxboyz. So you know what I mean? It was just like, okay, no problem. So then I took it and I put them Dembxboyz on there and then I ran
Got
with that.
it. So you said bikes, that I know Ruff Ryders bikes and the whole DMX, because that's what
Yeah.
I grew up on.
Yes.
Definitely. Were you a part of Ruff Ryders at that time when it was when it was musically based? And
Oh yeah. I came
bike
around.
riding?
I came around. Actually, my sister put me on. God bless the dead. Like,
Wow.
you know, I don't tell many people this, but my sister taught me how to ride a motorcycle.
That's super dope.
Yeah. So she taught. One day she came out. She was like, "Yo, I'm a Ruff Ryder." I was like, "Yo, what?" She said, "I'm a Ruff Ryder." I was like, "Okay, you doing that this week, huh?" She's like, "Stop playing with me.
That's your
Come."
blood sister?
No, we grew up together. We
Okay.
we grew up together. But she was in my house every day and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
So
I know.
you know, and that I lost her to this lifestyle. You know what I mean, riding the bikes and all of that stuff. 4th of July, she told me, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to work." I was like, "All right, cool. Call me." And she was all right. Then I get a phone call like 3:00 in the morning. You know, and they're telling me your sister just passed. I'm like, what? And it was crazy too because I live uptown, right? I got to the George Washington Bridge in like less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about dressed, suited, and booted, and ready to go. Like,
Right.
Died on the
so
bike?
yeah, she died in a motorcycle accident. Yeah,
Wow.
What was her
yeah.
name?
Sexy. God bless the dead.
Sexy.
Yeah.
That didn't discourage you
No.
from riding bikes?
No, not at all. You know, we lose good people every year. Every year, every bike season we lose people. Sometimes we lose them to illnesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to keep riding for that brother or sister because that's what they love doing.
That's what they love.
And you know, for them to go out that way is just like, okay, you look at it like, okay, that person died happy doing, you know what I mean?
Doing what you want
yeah,
to do.
exactly. Unfortunately, you know, our selfish ways wish we could still have them here today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that goes in life in itself.
Well, that's good because, you know, some people would take it as, I got to stop. Like, if somebody
Yeah.
passed away doing something, I would be like, that ain't for me no more, you know. But that is a good way to look at it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
and-
But
and
our
keep
selfish
things-
ways is what wants them here. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Right.
in this lifestyle, I done lost Sexy, Mike Dollars, Cuba, you know what I mean? So, and then Hawk. There's a lot of people that you sit there and you listen, you know, you're like, damn, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like, I had to break the news to somebody else because they called me up. You know, they was like, yo, Sin, this dude out here, he didn't make it. It was a motorcycle accident, but he has the R on his back.
Wow.
And because I'm connected like that, it was like, yo, Sin, you gotta, come
Figure
down
out
here.
who-
I was like,
who he-
oh man.
right.
So I had to get in contact with his family. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Because Ruff Ryders, we all family, but we're broken up in chapters and locations.
How
and stuff
how
like that.
big is the Ruff Ryders?
Oh, we
Ride?
worldwide.
Wow.
We're worldwide. So you want to go to Europe, you go to Europe, and then they'll be out there waiting for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I know Ruff Ryders, the music, right? The music
Yeah.
part of it. I didn't realize how big the bike life is, but now with Meek Mill, I'm like, damn, this bike life is a real thing.
Oh yeah, bike life is crazy, and you know what? The community don't get the acknowledgement it deserves because when we rally together, we really come together for the community, you know, and the car, the bikes, all of that. When we say we're gonna do a fundraiser for people and get together and do a charity event, we really go all out for these charity events, especially in the neighborhood.
So that comes from a really good place. So you said you and two other people and Melissa,
Yeah.
you guys do the radio show.
Yeah,
Them
them
BX
Boys,
Boys.
yeah.
What made you start that?
With radio, actually, I started with my brother Mike Son doing New Bronx City. You know,
Okay.
Which is another show.
which was it's not on. It was completely
My
different.
son, the rapper.
Yes, Mike Son, the rapper.
Okay.
You know, so he gave us the opportunity to do that. It was like, yo, and it was just like, just hanging out. Yo, we gonna do radio. It was like radio.
Was this
Like,
at
all right.
DSN?
So then,
Was this at DSN?
Yeah, this was at DSN.
Okay,
Shout out
I
to D
remember
over
that.
there.
Yep.
So then we would go over there, and we got the radio thing clicking and all. I had my own little segment on New Bronx City, which was the music review.
Okay.
So that's when a lot of people just like started gravitating to me musically because they was like, okay, Sin got a good ear for that. I would tell my brother like, yo, listen to this track, and it wouldn't click right then and there. But 2-3 weeks later, he's like, yo, Sin, you know that track? I was like, yo, I told you about that. Oh,
You got a good
and
ear.
he's like, oh, word, you did say that. That's why it sounded familiar. But yeah.
Wow. Okay.
How old is Ruff Ryders Radio? When did it actually start, and how did it come about? Was it just one show that started, and then you guys kind of just grew?
What we did was we broke everything down into regions. So basically, they had West Coast, Canada, different shows already implemented on there. And it
On
was
Ruff
just
Ryders
on
Radio
Ruff Ryder
app?
Radio, yeah. But what they did was they did sort of a test run within our circle. So then from there it was just I sat down and shout out to Wa for giving me the opportunity. Shout out to the Dean family for giving the neighborhood and the community a huge opportunity with Ruff Ryders in general. You know what I mean? I don't think the family gets enough recognition as they should. But they did that. They didn't only give us DMX, Eve, the Locks. They also gave us opportunities that nobody really speaks of. You know what I'm saying? And put people
Get
in
into
situations.
those opportunities, because I actually had a little debate with someone the other day when I told them I was going on to Ruff Radio. They tried to downplay it. They're like, what? They don't got nobody anymore. What are you doing going all the way out your way for Ruff Rider? I'm like, you kidding me? I
Well,
respect that. Are you
get
kidding
that.
me? It's a radio app. They got shows. They doing things. Like, what? You don't know?
Yeah, no, you get that. Because to people, their attention span right now is very short and very
Right.
limited. So when you have to be like hot
Right now.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Hopping to the top.
You know, and it's sad
Right.
because people miss out on a lot of good opportunities. Like Ruff Ryder Radio is a platform where you can come and you can showcase your music. You can get to the next level.
Right.
You understand? So Ruff Ryders, we have artists.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And again, they didn't just give us these artists. Ruff Ryders, first and foremost, has been around for 30 plus years.
Before the music.
You know what I mean?
It was bikes? No.
Everything.
All at
You know what I
once.
mean? And again, why didn't make it for one person to win? You know what I mean? The Dean family didn't say, okay, we're just going to focus on one person. Because if you notice, when Ruff Ryders came out, you heard DMX, you heard the Locks, you heard Drag. It was like the whole camp.
It was a bunch. It was
You
a bunch.
understand? So,
Swiss.
and they've been there with the greatest of the greats. You know what I mean? They were out there with Rockefeller. They were out there on tour, the Cash Money tour, Ruff Ryder tour. You understand? So, and
From Uptown Bronx. I
Yeah.
love the Ruff Ryders.
Girl, that's why she was like, "Oh, you didn't have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
come all the way over here." I was sick, and I still went all the way up there
And
to
I
YO,
appreciate
and
that.
I was
I
like,
appreciate
"What?
that.
I gotta go." I was like,
Yeah.
"I gotta go." They invited me, and I believe God and opportunity. I believe in law of attraction.
Oh, you gotta take
everything's
it. You gotta
timing
take
and
it.
everything. I'm like, I'm supposed to go, so I went, and it was a great experience.
oh, it definitely is. A lot of people get in there and they don't know how monumental that building is. Like that room where you was at, that's where DMX, you know, he spit a freestyle with a wired jaw. You know what I'm saying? And the hunger and the pain and the passion, that man just let it all out. Like you saw the table where you was at, right?
Yeah.
And you see the glass, he was there on the floor just sitting with his hoodie on. And then all of a sudden it's like he got up and did his thing. And then I'm talking about the room was flooded. The room was flooded, and then out of nowhere you hear this dude come by and just, you know, spit his whole life and pain out there, and as he's rhyming, you hear the wires popping and stuff.
Oh,
Wow.
my God. I remember that story. I was a little...
Yeah, it's on
remember
BT because
that
me personally,
story.
I wasn't there, I didn't live it.
Yeah.
But you know,
Remember the
being
story,
in the
yeah.
building, you learn the history and stuff like that. So definitely. So shout out to Earl,
Man.
Free X. He be home soon.
Shout out to X.
Yeah.
Always great. And so now, how old is Dembxboyz show? When did you start that?
The BX is a managing company that I do
Okay.
with my brother O. I really went hard when him and Dot was they was sitting there doing an album together. So I was like, yo, look, we gonna do this with it, man. Let's go. And we just ran with it. You know what I mean? My brother's keeper, which is Pressure, Dot, and all that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. And do the management team. Why not? Like, you know what I mean? That's my brother. And again, I'm a firm believer. Like, we just had this question on Ruff Ryder Radio. We talk about it one of the shows, and they were saying things to do on social media. You gotta support your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All these big artists with the names and the platforms, they shot. They got their opportunity. And the thing is, you got somebody like people complaining about the temperament of music today. But you got a kid on the block repping for your block, but nobody will support him.
Right.
And he sounds way better than the music that's playing
Right
on the
now.
radio today. But nobody will give him the credit. Nobody will give him that just due. Why? Because people are scared to put somebody on, and they're going to be like, well, if I put him on, I'm still going to be here.
Right.
And I think that's the fear that people need to let go.
Yes.
You know?
Now, when it comes to Ruff Ryders, the bikers, I know it's worldwide, and
Yes.
you guys have Ruff Ryders everywhere.
Yes.
Is there some kind of system or control or meetings, or how is there like? Do you know where every single Ruff Ryder is? Do y'all all know each other? Do you just come together and just like someone said they had $5,000. So you know how many Ruff Ryders you have.
Yeah, we definitely do. We have a whole bunch of chapters and stuff like that out there. Every year we do Juneteenth parade in Harlem.
Okay.
And we right here on 116 and 5th Avenue on Juneteenth, and we all get together and we give the community a beautiful parade, and we just rock out and have good vibes. But every Every weekend is a Ruff Ryder party, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Every weekend. It might not be here in New York.
I need to get
but,
the invite.
you know,
BARTV.
yeah.
Ruff Ryder party, we coming.
Like
Next time.
in January, starting January, I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. I'm going to be out there. March, I'm going to be in Puerto Rico. It's just, Chicago, everything. We just
And
gonna
so
be
when
all
you
over the
go
place.
out to those different places, you go out there for what purpose and what do you do?
We're going to be broadcasting live from all these parties and events.
Dembxboyz radio show?
Ruff Ryder Radio.
Ruff Ryder Radio.
Ruff Ryder Radio, yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
the thing is, again, Ruff Ryder Radio and them Dembxboyz, like the Dembxboyz is a show.
That's
on
a
Ruff
show,
Ryder,
yeah.
And you have different shows, so it's pretty much, it's set up like when Swiss got on a record, it was Swiss because Swiss was out there screaming his name.
Right.
So when them Dembxboyz get on Ruff Ryder Radio, you gonna know it's them Dembxboyz because everybody on there screaming them Dembxboyz. You understand? So it's just pretty much, okay, here's the lane. Now you gotta carry it on your own. Yeah, exactly.
Do they take just anybody on Ruff Ryder Radio? Can just anybody get a slot for a show? What's the requirements to be on that platform as a show?
As a show itself,
Right.
pretty much your content and all of that stuff. Of course, we're not just gonna let you go up there and just think you're gonna freestyle a whole show. You got to break it down to us, like, okay, what you selling? Because we got to make sure that what you selling is validated. So then this way the listeners and everybody will be entertained. At the end of the day, this is all entertainment.
Right.
So you have different walks of life in every show. So we got to make sure that these shows are certified to be on Ruff Ryder Radio, pretty much, So because a lot of people want to do this. A lot of people want to be on radio just to get their name out there, just for publicity or whatever the case may be. And that's not what we're aiming for. It's just the same thing like with the artists. Everybody can jump in front of a mic, but can everybody rap? Can everybody sing?
Right.
You understand? Same thing.
So when they submit their music to Dembxboyz or whatever show happened to be playing at that time, somebody's actually listening, and you got to be approved before you just put that music on the show, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And my little pet peeves is people be like, "Oh, here's the link." I hate that. Like, for every artist
Don't
out
send
there,
no links.
yeah, don't do that. Like, send an introduction. You know what I mean? Tell me, hey, listen, I'm such and such. I'm from here. This is my music. Here's an MP3. Like, give me a little introduction of yourself. Don't just say, check out my lick, big bro, because, you know what I mean?
That
Trash.
comes from the changing in times, because back in the day, there was artist development. There was like people invested into these young artists and telling them what to do and telling them protocol. Now it's like, get your music hot on Instagram or Facebook or SoundCloud, and you don't even know how to talk to people. A lot of people, right? You come on and you get interviewed, and they don't know how to conduct an interview or get interviewed. You know, so I think that. It's not. I understand your pet peeve and you to feel that way, but there's a lot of times it's just ignorance of them not knowing or having anybody in their corner letting them know how to conduct business right.
But you know what? It's all about introduction. It really is all about
100%. They need to
introduction.
know
And
that.
of course, you said the A&Rs, but nowadays everybody, if you notice, everybody got, their social media, and then they put in CEO. Which I love the fact that they do that, because it tells me that, you know what I'm saying? They believe in whatever they're selling.
right,
Whatever
right.
they're selling, they believe in
They're
it.
taking themselves to the
And-
top in their own mind.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer, if no one's hiring you, create your own job.
Right.
You understand? I'm a firm believer of that. But the thing is just, you got to know how to do it.
Yeah.
You understand? Because at the end of the day, I go into a bunch of business meetings. I go in there with jeans and Timbs, and they looking at me like, okay, who's this clown? Like, you understand? But the moment I sit down and open my mouth and sit down and draw the plan out for them, they like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't
now
tell
they
them
respecting the
what
jeans and the boots. Like, okay, cool. You know?
He's just from the Bronx.
Yeah, exactly.
But he is who he is, no matter where he is.
Yeah.
But he know what he's talking about, and
Yeah.
that makes all of the difference.
Yeah, like I went somewhere. I was supposed to make an appearance somewhere, and my assistant was like, "Yo, listen, you ain't going with those Timbs in it. They're not going to let you in." And I was like, "They're going to let me in."
They let you in?
You know why? Because enough people with Timbs are making it to the top now. So that changes perspective. Exactly.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's like, okay, The Tims ain't
They
the,
like, why
if
you
they ain't
gotta
writing
have
you off.
Tims?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
they're not
definitely.
writing you off.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
definitely.
Yeah. So now, bikes,
Mm-hmm.
radio.
Yeah.
What else do you do as a person in general? Give me a day in your life.
A day in my life is crazy.
Give me a
I'm
day.
telling you, I really, this is something that, Melissa came with, and she was like, yo, we really need to just have a camera on you, because the shit that I go through is crazy. Sometimes, little nonsense here and there and all of that stuff. And of course, we was down in the city, and she couldn't just believe it. It was like, yo, you can't go nowhere. Look at that. This person already, Cyncere, Ruff Ryders, And,
Well,
and,
they
you know, like,
spotting you.
they follow that, and you know what I mean. And of course, because of social media and all of that stuff,
Yes.
people feel like they know you,
Yeah.
Oh,
because
of
they
course,
follow you
they
on
think.
the post and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. So, but to follow me a day is crazy. It'll be crazy, or long days too, because
Long days.
yeah.
A lot of things just happen spontaneously, or are you try to be as planned as possible?
I try to be, but then I gotta say that's my assistant. She tried to say, okay,
You got
this is
you got an assistant
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, she would be like, yo,
for
this
you.
is the time, this and that. Do you get on that conference call, or do you talk to this person? And I'll be like, oh man. I'll be like, yo, but didn't you set that up? I gotta go over here real quick. She's like, no, that's not on the program.
So is there anything that you feel that they need to know about Ruff Ryders or Ruff Ryder Radio or them Dembxboyz that they don't know yet?
We're a very giving bunch when it comes down to community. We support the community very heavy. Whether it's giving back to school functions, feeding the homeless, clothing people. I'm just gonna give you one time. We did a toy drive, and we collected so many toys. And this was in our community because we had a clubhouse in the Bronx, in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. So I got in contact with the church. It was like, all right, come on, let's set this up. We're gonna do this and do that. And the church said, yeah. So next to the church, there was a women's shelter.
Okay.
So basically, we had enough toys to take care of the building where they housed all these women and children, and we had enough to give also to the church as well.
The assistant's checking
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Y'all
that?
missed that. Cut that out. The assistant just checked him like,
Yeah,
pick the mic up,
definitely.
speaking
The
to
mic,
the mic clearly. I
So-
want them to hear that part.
Yeah, so definitely, like, Hurricane Sandy, we helped out with that as well. We got a lot of things going on. I believe on the 22nd, we're going to be doing a charity event in a church in Yonkers, like walking distance from the studio. So
Okay.
we're going to be out there.
I think that I definitely can confirm that because when I met them, they came to the clothing drive for
Yeah.
Chrissy Monroe and the domestic violence
Yeah.
victims. And from day one, that
was
I
the
started,
only guy here.
he was the only guy. And from day one that I started following them, I just kept seeing him saying, support costs nothing, support for free, support.
Well, I'm a
And
big
he's
believer in that.
big in that, yeah.
I'm a big believer in that, because at the end of the day, we got to support ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, if you're doing something positive, I'm gonna support you.
Right.
You understand? And I'm not gonna. Sometimes I get told, yo, why are you supporting them? They don't even shout you out. They don't even like it. And social media is like that, where we could take a picture, all three of us. I could tag you, and you might not comment on it. You
Right.
understand?
And it's a big deal if you don't.
Yeah, people take that offensive. Like,
It's a big deal. It's like
you know?
against the law. Don't take a picture with me and not like or comment the picture or
Yeah,
something. You better acknowledge that picture.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I
but-
get barked on a lot. Be like, yo, why you over there liking that picture, man? They don't even like yours, and they in the picture.
That's not you.
That's not me, though.
Not you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
still like it.
Yeah, definitely. I do. I support. I support
where
anybody.
did the name Cyncere come from? Is that your birth name?
That is actually my middle name, and my aunt gave that name to me.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to your aunt. God bless
Yeah.
her. I think she definitely named you right. You definitely have a
Yeah.
sincere character, I look forward to hearing more from you and
yeah,
seeing
definitely.
more of you guys.
Definitely.
And shout out to Ruff Ryders, the whole Ruff Ryder family. They definitely still in the building. They still winning.
Oh, yeah,
they
we ain't
still,
going nowhere.
They not going nowhere. They definitely doing a whole lot more. So whoever thought that it was funny for me to go on Ruff Ryder Radio, use the dub.
Yeah,
Because you can't even get on there, Papa.
The Ruff Ryder is legendary.
Right.
It is legendary,
I
but
was
you know what
like-
it is? It's
I
just
was
like I said, their mindset is just like, oh, that's like when these young cats get on the block. They won't respect somebody that's from the 80s. They be like,
You
oh,
gotta
you
pay
had your time
homage.
and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's, the disrespect level nowadays is crazy.
Right.
That's
And
how I see it. It's straight disrespectful.
Can just anybody become part of the Ruff Ryders Bike Club?
Everybody's granted an opportunity.
Okay.
Everybody's granted an opportunity. You got to find the chapter in your market, and when I say market, meaning like Bronx, Harlem, or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So, and there's always
You wanna
room
be a
to
Ruff
grow.
Ryder?
I need to
It's
learn.
always-
I think I'm a little too old to learn how to ride a bike, but
that's too
I might
old,
get on the back of one.
Yeah, okay. You can't be scared though.
No, I'm not scared. I've been on the back of bikes
Oh,
before.
okay. Okay, you can't
I
be
grew
scared.
up with the 69ers and the dirty ones in Brooklyn, so
Okay,
I
yeah,
definitely, no bikes.
Okay.
But, so let them know where to find you, where to find Ruff Ryders, how to get in touch with whoever they want and however they want it.
Well, the Instagram is the real sincere _RR. Dembxboyz.com. You can hit us up, email us, and let's get to working. That's pretty much it. Download the Ruff Ryder Radio app, Google Play and Apple. So definitely support. We support the community.
Absolutely. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? I'll be
Yes,
on
yes, yes.
Ruff Ryder Radio tomorrow. My first little thing with Ruff Ryders. I'm very excited.
She's gonna be on Dembxboyz, Ruff Ryder Radio. Shout out to
barking and
Kiss
shit,
Get at me, dog.
Or screaming showtime and shit.
You are tuned in to BARTV, guys. Thank you so much for coming out with us. Thank you, Sincere. Thank you,
Anytime.
Melissa. Thank
Anytime.
you, Ruff Ryders. Thank
I
you,
gotta bring my
Dembxboyz.
brothers next time.
Next time, we
Yeah.
gotta have the whole Dembxboyz crew. We also gotta have the whole Dean family,
Oh, yeah.
Ruff Ryders. We, bring them on.
Oh, I'll bring them out.
Bring 'em
Don't
out.
tell me that, because I'll bring them out,
Bring
man.
them out. And we coming to the next event, BARTV
Okay.
exclusive / Ruff Ryders. We here, we working.
Yeah.
Grinding, grinding, grinding. I'ma keep grinding. Climbing, climbing, climbing. I'ma keep climbing. Rising, rising, rising.